For 3 centuries, the Galactic Council had observed humanity with confusion. Every other advanced civilization engaged in periodic conflicts, territorial disputes, resource wars, ideological clashes. It was natural. It was expected. It was how civilizations demonstrated power and resolved competing interests. But humans never initiated wars. They defended themselves ferociously when attacked. They responded to aggression with overwhelming force. They protected their colonies with military precision. Yet they never launched invasions. They never conquered neighboring systems. They never initiated hostilities. The pattern was so consistent that some scholars theorized humans were philosophically opposed to warfare. They were profoundly wrong. The Zethal Collective discovered this terrible truth when they launched a coordinated assault on human territory. Not a minor incursion. A full-scale invasion across 17 human colonies, designed to subjugate the species and claim their resources. The Zethal believed humans would negotiate, would surrender, would accept domination like most species did. Humanity declared war. Within hours, every human government unified. Every military branch mobilized. Every resource was directed toward a single objective: total destruction of Zethal military capability and elimination of the threat they represented. This wasn't defensive posturing. This was offensive warfare on a scale the galaxy hadn't witnessed in millennia. The Zethal invasion fleet, the largest assembled in modern history, encountered something they hadn't prepared for. Humans didn't fight to survive. They fought to win, absolutely. Human commanders executed strategies that violated conventional military doctrine. They coordinated attacks across multiple dimensions. Simultaneously, they deployed weapons that shouldn't have existed. They sacrificed their own forces with calculated precision, accepting massive casualties to achieve strategic objectives. Every decision was ruthless, efficient, and designed for complete victory. The Zethal attempted to negotiate. Humans responded by destroying their communication relays. The Zethal attempted retreat. Humans cut off their escape routes. The Zethal attempted surrender. Humans didn't accept it. They continued the assault, methodically dismantling the Zethal military infrastructure. What shocked the Galactic Council most wasn't human military capability. It was human determination. Humans didn't tire. Humans didn't hesitate. Humans didn't show mercy. For the first time in recorded history, a civilization was fighting a war not to achieve territorial gains or economic advantage, but to ensure that anyone who threatened them would be completely, utterly destroyed. A human general, Commander James Park, transmitted a message to Zethal Command. You initiated this war, believing humans would behave like other species. You were wrong. We don't start wars. We end them. And we end them absolutely. The Zethal Collective ceased to exist as a military power within 6 months. Their infrastructure was demolished. Their fleet was annihilated. Their leadership was captured and tried for crimes against humanity. The message was unmistakable. Attack humans at your absolute peril. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session. They finally understood what they'd been observing for 3 centuries. Humans weren't pacifists. They were something far more dangerous. A species that possessed the restraint not to initiate conflict, but possessed the absolute ruthlessness to obliterate any civilization foolish enough to force them into war. Ambassador Thule of the Zithian Collective transmitted a warning across galactic networks. Now we understand. Humans never start wars because they're not interested in typical military conflicts. When forced into warfare, they don't fight to gain advantage. They fight to ensure victory is so complete that no civilization would ever consider challenging them again. They don't wage wars. They wage extinctions. The galaxy learned a critical lesson. The most dangerous civilization isn't one that's always fighting. It's one that fights only when necessary, and fights with absolute, unstoppable fury.